everybody, it's Kim here with The Grateful Adventure, and today we are going to talk about avian flu. This has been a topic of concern this year as the avian flu is going around. Fortunately, the avian flu here in 2022 so far has shown not to be very contagious to people. I don't think there are any human instances of this. It is always possible for the strain of the virus to mutate and become contagious to people, but at this point, it is not a major concern. So what is avian flu? Well, it is basically like our version of the flu for birds. They can get respiratory symptoms and show definite signs of distress. With the chickens, unfortunately, this version of the avian flu is a highly pathogenic, very contagious, and very deadly strain of the avian flu. So if your chickens get the avian flu, you need to report it immediately. Avian flu is transmitted from other infected birds. Often these will be wild birds, such as waterfowl, that may not even show symptoms of the illness. Other sources of contamination could be from another flock that has been infected. So it is very important that you take preventative measures to protect your flock. Be aware that when you're out around wetland areas such as ponds and lakes and rivers where a lot of waterfowl mingle, there are going to be a lot of droppings around there. So be careful if you're sitting in the grass or walking through it that you do not take that infection home with you on your clothing or your shoes. The avian flu can remain contagious in droppings for up to 100 days. So you need to be aware, even if the droppings seem old, that they could be carrying the virus and you could carry them home on your shoes. So here are some pointers on how to keep your flock safe. Always change your shoes before you enter your chicken coop. Second, avoid contact with wild birds and your flock. So if you have outdoor bird feeders in your yard, this might be a good time to just take those down for a while until this flu strain passes. Also, remove any outdoor water sources that wild birds may be sharing with your flock. Just keep your water in a protected source inside your closed-in run or in a closed source such as a bucket feeder if you don't have a way to keep your chickens in an indoor or a more confined run. Finally, it's probably a good idea if you know that the avian flu is rampant in your area to keep your chickens confined to their own outdoor run within their chicken coop area. Always make sure you wash your hands before and entering your chicken coop or handling any of your chicken feed, water, or chickens. You may be wondering, is now a good time to get chickens? I wanted chickens, but I'm concerned about the avian flu. There's a few things to consider. Is the avian flu running rampant in your area? Are you really close to large commercial flocks? Those might be considerations that may raise your risk level for your own chickens. However, most areas are probably pretty safe right now, especially for backyard flocks. So I wouldn't say hold off on getting your chickens. Go ahead, enjoy the experience. Just use these extra precautions and absolutely report it immediately if you have any hint of an infection. We hope your flock has a healthy summer season. Thanks for listening, and if you'd like to hear more about chickens, please click subscribe and like our page. We look forward to sharing more with you on The Grateful Adventure.